Vrindavana ramya-sthāna dibya-cińtāmani dhām ratana mandira manohara abrita kalindini re Rajhamsa gili kore tahe shobhe kanak kamala tara madhe mapitha ashtadale beshtita ashtadale pradhan नायिका तारामध्ये रत्नासने वशियाचे दुई जने श्यामा संगे सुंदरी राधिका रूप लावण्य राशि आमिया पोरीचे खाशी हास्य परिहास संभाषणे नरोत्तम दासा कोय नित्य लीला सुख मोय सदाई स्फुरुक मोरा मने वृंदावन रम्यस्थान दिव्य-cińtāमणि धाम रतन मंदिर मनोहर रतन मंदिर मनोहर. We are on chapter 15, the transcendental madness of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Durga me Krishna bhavabdhau nimagno namagna chetasa gaurane gaurena harina prema maryada bhuri darshita. The ocean of ecstatic love for Krishna is very difficult to understand, even for Brahma. By enacting his pastimes, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu submerged himself in that ocean and his heart was always absorbed in that love. Thus, he exhibited in various ways the exalted position of transcendental love for Krishna. Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna, Chaitanya Adhishvara, Jaya Nityananda Purnananda Kalevara, Jaya Advaita Acharya Krishna Chaitanya Priyatama, Jaya Shri Vasadi Prabhu Bhakta Gana. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu forgot himself throughout the entire day and night, being merged in the ocean of ecstatic love for Krishna. He would always be in three states of consciousness, sometimes in partial external consciousness, sometimes he immersed totally in the ecstatic emotion, sometimes he was in partial external consciousness, and sometimes he was in full external consciousness. So he will go, sometimes he's half, seeing the world and being in that consciousness. Sometimes he's fully into that consciousness of Radha Rani and he would forget the world. Like we saw, he went to Chattaka Dune and he was trying to thinking it was Govardhan. So like that, and he has fallen into the ocean. We have seen all this. That was full consciousness lost. Sometimes he is partial, like he is there and he comes here, and sometimes he's in the worldly consciousness. So three kind of consciousness he was going into. One day, Mahaprabhu was looking at Lord Jagannath, and Lord Jagannath appeared to be personally Sri Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu realized Lord Jagannath to be Krishna himself, Lord Chaitanya's five senses immediately became absorbed in the affection and in the attraction for five attributes of Krishna. Just then, the Upal Bhog ceremony of Lord Jagannath concluded, and the devotees who had accompanied Lord Chaitanya in the temple took him back home. That night, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was attended by Swaroop Damodar, Gosai and Ramananad Raya, because after seeing Jagannath Prabhu and Jagannath Bhagwan and thinking that he's Krishna himself, Mahaprabhu became unconscious. After some time, he came back to consciousness, and then he was taken home and he was taken care by Swaroop Damodar and Ramananad Raya. When Srimati Radha Rani was very much agitated due to the feeling of separation, she spoke a verse to Vishakha Sakhi, explaining the cause of anxiety and restlessness. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expressed his burning emotions and lamentations in this verse to Swaroop Damodar and Ramananad Raya. This verse is found in Govinda Lilamrit, written by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj. Saundaryamrita Sindhu Bhanga Lalana Chitadri Samplavakaha Karnandi Sanarma Ramya Vachana Kotindo Sitangakaha Sarabhyamrita Samplavrita Jagata Piyusha Ramyadara Shri Gopendra Sutasa Karshati Balat Panchindriyani Alime. He says, what do I do, O Vishakha? All my five senses are being pulled by force by the son of this Nanda Maharaj. Everybody is inundated by his beauty. His sweet voice enters everyone's ears and gives them transcendental bliss. The touch of his body is cooler than millions and millions of suns, and the nectar of his bodily fragrance overfloods the entire world. Oh, my dear friend, that Krishna, who is the son of Nanda Maharaj and whose lips are exactly like nectar, is attracting my five senses by force. How beautiful is this? Our five senses are attracted to the world. And here in just this one verse, if somebody really meditates, the five things of Krishna, through the hearts of the gopis, though the hearts of the gopis are inundated like standing hills, they are inundated by the waves of nectarean ocean of Krishna's beauty, his sweet voice, his touch of his body, cooler than millions of moons together, his bodily fragrance, his whole form, Roop, Ras, Gandha, Sparsh, everything is attracting the mind. Krishna Rupa Sabda Sparsha Saurabhya Adhara Rasa Yara Madhurya Kahana Nayaya Dekhi Lobhe Pancha Jana Eka Ashvamora Mana Chadi Pacha Pancha Dike Dhaya. Mahaprabhu saying, Lord Sri Krishna's beauty, the sound of his words, the vibration of his flute, his touch, his fragrance, and the taste of his lips are full of indescribable sweetness. When all these features attract my five senses at once, my senses all ride together on the single horse of my mind, and they want to go in five different directions. My dear friend, please listen to my cause of misery. Sakhi hai, suna mora dukhera karana, mora panchendriya gana maha lampata dasyu gana sabe kahe hara pranadan. My five senses are actually like rogues. They know very well that Krishna is Bhagwan himself, but they still want to plunder Krishna's property. My mind is just like a single horse ridden by these five senses. My senses want to ride on that horse, and thus they pull my mind in five directions simultaneously. In what direction will it go? If they all pull at one time, certainly the horse will lose its life. How can I tolerate this atrocity? My dear friend, if you say, Radha, just control your senses. What are you expecting? I should not see Krishna. I'm not trying to. But when Krishna's beauty is such, How can I? Okay, if you say close the eyes, I can close the eyes. But what about the ears? How can I close the ears? There are no doors here. There are no lids. There are no ear lids. How do I do that? And if he plays the flute, it just goes in my ears and then that's it. My mind gets lost. So my senses, the mind is one horse. So the ear says, now this, so this ear, it rides the horse and says, go now to Krishna. His flute is calling. And then at the same time, my eyes are like, why are you closing your eyes? Look at Krishna, look at Krishna. And not only that, then suddenly the fragrance of his body comes in my nose. And the nose also don't have nose lids. How do I close my nose and stop smelling his fragrance? And then my nose tells to the mind, run to Krishna. And that air that touches Krishna, that comes and touches my body. And when it touches my body, I start getting all these goosebumps. Now my skin starts saying, okay, run and touch Krishna. And then sometimes the ear is riding the mind, sometimes the eyes is riding the mind, sometimes the nose is riding the mind, sometimes the skin is riding the mind. My mind is all confused. Which way to go? Because this Krishna is full of all these things. He's so nectarian. And you're telling me, don't think, control your senses. Krishna has inundated the whole world. Talk to any gopi here. They'll tell the same thing. My mind is in different direction and I think my life is in great danger. I think I'll die. If the poor mind, if senses keep running in every direction, what will happen? You tell, don't listen to him. But what do I say? O Vishakha, Krishna vachana madhuri, nana rasa narmadhari, tara anyaya, kathan nayaya, jagater nari kane, madhuri guni bandhe tane, tana tani kane, pranayaya. When Krishna talks, his talks are so sweet. His jokes are so nice, indescribable. And they penetrate the heart of the woman. And then his words bind a woman's ear, the qualities of his sweetness. And then there is a tug of war between the life and the life of the ear. It departs. O Sakhi Vishakha, Krishna's transcendental body is so cool. It cannot be compared even to sandalwood pulp or millions of moons rising together. And the fragrance of his body, Vishakha, more maddening than the aroma of musk. It surpasses the fragrance of these bluish lotus flowers, the nostrils of the woman or the world, and it makes a nest there and it attracts them. His lips are so sweet. When combined with the camphor of his gentle smile, they attract the minds of all women, forcing up to give their all their attractions. And everybody wants to get that. And when it becomes unobtainable, great mental difficulties and lamentation results. Oh, Vishakha, you are asking me to control my senses. Go and ask all women. They'll all say the same thing. What to say? Brajanari Ganera Mooladhana. Vishakha, the sweetness of Krishna is the only wealth of the gopis of Vrindavan. Eta kahi gora hari, dui janara kanta dhari, kahe suna Swaroop Rama Raya. Kaha karu kaha yaya, kaha gele Krishna paya, dune more kaha se upaya. Saying this, he's in the mood of Radha Rani and he's talking to Vishakha, and then he starts crying, and then he goes and holds Swaroop Damodar and Ramananad Raya and starts crying more. And then he controls and says, tell me, where do I find this Krishna? Tell me, where do I find this Krishna? How do I hold my life? Please, both of you tell me. How can I find him? And in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would be lost in the Radha mood, trying to find Krishna. And when he's crying, sometimes Swaroop Damodar and Ramananad Raya would sing appropriate songs to calm him down. The Lord would like, there I mentioned clearly, Karnamrita Vidyapati Sri Geeta Govinda Ihara Shloka Gite Prabhura Karaya Ananda. Ramananad Raya and Swaroop Damodar would sing the Krishna Karnamrit, very beautiful book by Bilva Mangal Thakur, or the poetry of Vidyapati, or Sri Geeta Govinda. We are doing Geeta Govinda in Hindi. Geeta Govinda, that was Mahaprabhu's most favorite. And even Vidyapati has written his poetries in the Maithili language. It's a little different. But yeah, Krishna Karnamrit is another beautiful book. But yeah, so Mahaprabhu used to, with great pleasure, he used to listen to this. And his heart, when his associates chanted verses and sang songs from this book. One day, Mahaprabhu was going to the beach and suddenly he saw a flower garden. He thought that this is Vrindavan. And he quickly entered and started looking, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? After Krishna disappeared with Radha Rani, during the Rasa dance, the gopis wandered in the forest looking for him. And so he's in Jagannath Puri. He saw a flower garden. He went inside. He started looking for Krishna. And then the Gopi Git went into his head. And he got into Gopi Bhav. So the way the gopis were asking the trees, oh tree, he started asking the same thing in Sanskrit. The same sloka I started reciting. Oh Chuta tree, oh Priyala tree, oh Panasa, oh Asana, oh Kavidara, oh all trees. Please tell us, where is Krishna? Kachit Tulsi Kalyani Govinda Charanapriye Saha Sahatwali Kulair Bibrad Drishtaste Ati Priyochyutah. The gopis in Gopi Gita asked the Tulsi, Tulsi, you are a very dear friend of Govinda. You must be definitely knowing where Govinda is hiding himself. Please tell us. They asked the Yamuna, they asked the Malti, the Mallika flowers, everybody they kept asking, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? So Mahaprabhu is here in Jagannath Puri and he's in the flower garden, but in the mood of the Gopi, and he's repeating the same slokas, talking to every tree. Where is Krishna? Did you see Krishna? Is he hiding behind you? Did you see Krishna coming this way? Kindly, please tell me. Please save our lives. If Krishna doesn't come, we will die. When trees did not reply, the gopis said, oh, all of these trees, they belong to the male class. And males are like this. They give love and then they leave. So that's why these trees are not replying. And why should the trees tell us? Let us go and inquire from the creepers. They are like females. Maybe they will tell us. Oh Tulsi, oh Malti, please tell us. The trees are also, the creepers also keeping very quiet. And then they say, oh, you are females. Maybe you are fearing Krishna. Then the gopis came to a group of deers and asked them, oh deers, did you see Krishna? His fragrance is just like you guys. You must be knowing him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went in and started quoting all those quotes from Gopi Geet, the Rasa Panchadhyay. Oh dear, oh, Sri Krishna is always pleased with you. Can you tell me where Krishna is? All of you, why are you keeping quiet? We are not outsiders. We are all Brajvasis. So please tell us. And we are dear friends of Srimati Radha Rani. So please tell us. The gopis came to so many trees and places and kept asking. But nobody's giving the reply. Mahaprabhu was in that mood. And then they saw some bumblebees. They asked the bumblebees, did you see? Priya mukhe bringa pade tahani vartite lila padma chalahite haila anya chite. to stop the bumblebee from landing on the face of his beloved. He whisked them away with the lotus flower in his hand, and thus his mind was slightly diverted. Did he or did he not pay attention while you offered him obeisances? Oh, bumblebee, you talk to us. So bumblebee has a, if you see the bee, you go near a flower and then pay obeisances like this and then go around the flower. So they're asking in Brahmar Gita. Same mood came to him. Oh, bumblebee, when you paid your obeisances to Krishna, did he see you? You must be knowing where he is. So please tell me. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in this forest and he's seeing the bumblebee in the garden and he's talking that way to Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu is talking that way to bumblebee. Separation from Krishna has made these servants very unhappy, having lost consciousness. Looks like they become like us. How can they answer us? Saying this, the gopis stepped into the beach by the Yamuna river, and there they saw the Lord beneath the Kadamba tree, standing there with his flute to his lips. Krishna, who enchants millions upon millions of cupids, attracted the eyes and minds of all the world with his unlimited beauty. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the transcendental beauty of Krishna. He fell on the ground unconscious. At that time, all the devotees, headed by Swaroop Damodar, joined in the garden. And Mahaprabhu is lying unconscious. And after some time, all transcendental symptoms started coming out of his body. Externally, he appeared bewildered. He was tasting transcendental bliss within himself. Once again, devotees brought Mahaprabhu back to consciousness by concerted effort. Then the Lord got up and began wondering, where am I? Kahan gela Krishna? Where is Krishna? Kahan gela Krishna? Ekhani painu darshana tanara saundarya mora harila netramana. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? I just saw him. His beauty attracted my mind. Puna kene na dekhiye Murali Vadana Tanara Dashana Lobe Brahmayanayan. Why can't I see Krishna again? So all the people are standing there and he's talking to them. Why am I not able to see Krishna again? He was holding his flute to his lips. My eyes are wandering to see him one more time. And then he again recited a verse spoken by Radha Rani in Govinda-lila to Vishakha. Navaghana snigdha varna dalitanjana chikkana indi varanindi sukomala jini upaman gana Hare sabar netramana Krishna kanti parama prabala. O Vishakha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying this. O Vishakhe, Sri Krishna's complexion is as polished like a powdered eye ointment. It surpasses the beauty of the newly formed cloud. It is softer than the blue lotus flower. It is so pleasing. It attracts everybody's mind. My dear friend, please tell me what I should do. Krishna is very attractive. And he's like a cloud. And my eyes are like chatak birds, dying of thirst. Krishna's yellow garments resemble restless lightning in the sky. His pearl necklace on his neck appears like line of ducks flying below a cloud. Both the peacock feather on his head and his garland, Vaijayanti garland, resemble rainbows. In faltering voice, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again and again said, alas, how should I find him? He said to Ramananad Raya, please, you say, Ramananad Raya began to recite a verse. While listening to this verse, Lord was sometimes jubilant and sometimes overcome by lamentation. Afterwards, the Lord explained the verse himself. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, after conquering the moon and the lotus flower, Krishna wished to capture the doe-like gopis. Thus he spread the noose of his beautiful face, and within that noose, he placed the bait of sweet smile to misguide the gopis. And the gopis fell prey to the trap of Krishna's noose and his smile. And they gave up their families, husbands, and prestige. My dear friend, Krishna just acts like a hunter. This hunter does not care for piety or impiety. He simply creates many devices to conquer the hearts of the doe-like gopis. Lamenting in ecstatic love, Mahaprabhu recited the following verse, which was spoken by Radha Rani, which, while exposing the lamentation of her heart to her friend Srimati Radha Rani. हरिन्मणि कवतिका प्रतत हरि वक्षास्थला स्मरार्थ तरुणी मनः कलुषारी दोर अर्गलः सुधांशु हरिचंदनोत्पल सीताम्र सीतांगकः समे मदन मोहन सखी तनोति वक्षस्पृहाम्. My dear friend, Krishna's chest is as broad and attractive as a door made up of Indraneel gems. And his two arms are strong as bolts. It can relieve the mental anguish of young girls distressed by lusty desires for him. His body is cooler than the moon, sandalwood, the lotus flower, and the camphor. So mix together all of this. Moon, sandalwood, lotus flower, camphor, all of them are cooling. In this way, Madan Mohan attracts everybody's mind. Forget about the women of Vraja. He is the attractor of even Cupid. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then said, I just now had Krishna. So he's like partially in consciousness now. He's like, I just now had Krishna. I lost him again. By nature, Krishna is very restless. He does not stay in one place. He meets with someone, enchants his mind, and then he disappears. The gopis became very proud of their fortune, and to subdue their sense of superiority, and to do special favor on them, Keshav, the subduer of even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, disappeared from the rasa dance. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then looked at Swaroop Damodar and said, please sing a song. That will bring me back to consciousness. Please. Then Swaroop Damodar started singing. He sang a verse from Geeta Govind. Rase hari miha vihita vilasam. Rase hari miha vihita vilasam. Smarati mano mama krita parihasam. Smarati mano mama krita parihasam. Then Swaroop Damodar, this is Geeta Govind verse. When Swaroop Damodar sang this special song, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately got up and began to dance in ecstatic love. At that time, all the 8 kind of transformation appeared in Mahaprabhu's body. Mahaprabhu had Swaroop Damodar sing the same verse again and again. Rase hari miya vihita vilasam smarati mano mam krita parihasam. After the Lord had been dancing for a long time, Swaroop Damodar stopped singing the verse. Over and over again, Mahaprabhu said, please Bala Bala Bali, please say, go on singing. But, but Swaroop Damodar saw Mahaprabhu was fatigued and he stopped singing. When the devotees heard Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu go on singing, they all gathered around him and began to chant the holy name of Hari in unison. Ramananad Raya made the Lord to sit down and first dissipated his fatigue by fanning him. And then all the devotees took Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the beach. And then they took a bath there. After that, they had lunch and then they made him lie down. Then all the devotees, headed by Ramananad Raya, returned to their respective homes. In this way, he exhibited many transcendental madness and ecstatic ravings, which is described by Rupa Goswami in his book Stavamala. In this way, we finished chapter 15. Now we are getting into chapter 16. Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanyam Krishna Bhava Amritam Hiyah Aswadya Swadhyan Bhaktan Prema Diksham Shikshayat. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who personally tasted the nectar of ecstatic love for Krishna and then instructed his devotees how to taste them. Thus, he enlightened them about ecstatic love for Krishna to initiate them into the transcendental knowledge. Mahaprabhu stayed at Jagannath Puri in the association of his devotees, always merged in ecstatic devotional love. Next year, as usual, all the devotees came from Bengal, went to Jagannath Puri, as like in previous years. Along with the devotees came a gentleman called Kalidas. He never uttered anything else other than the holy name of Krishna. He was a very advanced devotee. He was simple. When he used to throw dice in jest, he would chant Hare Krishna. Like for simple ordinary dealings also, he would chant the Krishna Mahamantra. Kalidas was the uncle of Raghunath Das Goswami, and throughout his entire life, even in his old age, he tried to eat the remnants of food left by the Vaishnavas. So that was his trait, that he would always eat the food left by Vaishnavas. He would go to all the places where Vaishnavas are born and he would beg remnants of food from them and he eat them. He would take gifts to the homes of Vaishnavas born into their families and he would hide in this manner eat the remnants of food that the Shudras threw away. There was a great Vaishnava named Jhadu Thakur who belonged to the Bhunmali caste. Kalidas went to his home and taking mangoes with him. He presented the mangoes to Jhadu Thakur, and then when Kalidas went to Jhadu Thakur, he saw that a saintly person sitting with his wife. As soon as Jhadu Thakur saw Kalidas, he likewise offered respectful obeisances to him. If you will permit me, I shall send some food to a Brahmana's house, and there you may take prasadam. If you do so, I shall then live comfortably. Kalidas replied, my dear sir, please bestow your mercy upon me. I have come to see you, although I am a very fallen and sinful soul. Simply by seeing you, O Jhadu Thakur, I have become very purified. My dear sir, I have one request from you. Jhadu Thakur said, what? He said, I want you to be merciful upon me. Kindly place your feet upon my head. Jhadu Thakur said, Kalidas, please don't talk like this. I am from a low caste family. Kalidas then recited a verse. Name bhaktas chaturveda mad bhakta swaprachapriya tasmai neyam tato griyam sacha pujyo yathayam. He said, in Hari Bhakti Vilas, it is said, even though one is very learned scholar in Sanskrit, if he is not engaged in pure devotional service, he is not accepted as my devotee. But if someone is born in a family of dog eaters, yet he is a pure devotee with no motives of enjoyment through furtive activities or mental speculation, he is very dear to me. All respect should be given to him, and whatever he offers should be accepted by such devotees are indeed as worshipable as I am. So, O Jhadu Thakur, do not talk about caste or low-born or all these things to me. I know that you are a devotee of Bhagwan. So please place your feet upon me. Hearing these quotations from the revealed scriptures, Jhadu Thakur said, yes, this is true. It is the version of Shastra. It is true, however, for one who is genuinely advanced in devotion to Krishna, I am not. So please do not put me into this situation. And in this way, they went on talking. Kalidas Thakur offered his obeisances to Jadu Thakur and asked his permission to go. The same Jadu Thakur followed him as he left. After bidding farewell to Kalidas, Jadu Thakur returned to his home, leaving the marks of his feet plainly visible in many places. So then Kalidas, so when Jadu Thakur left, so his feet marks were there, and Kalidas went and took those marks and smeared himself with it. Upon returning home, Jadu Thakur saw the mangoes Kalidas had presented within his mind. He offered them to Krishna Chandra. Jadu Thakur's wife then took the mangoes from their coverings of banana tree leaves and bark and offered them to Jadu Thakur, who began to suck them and eat. When he finished eating, he left the seeds and the banana leaf, and his wife, after feeding her husband, later began to eat. After she finished eating, whatever was left over, they just took the banana leaf and whatever the leftover from the mango, the seed and everything, they just threw it outside. And Kalidas was sitting there and hiding. And then Kalidas had this habit of taking the remnants of Vaishnavas. So he went and then he took the remnant and he sucked and licked the banana leaf. In this way, Kalidas ate the remnants of food left by all Vaishnavas residing in Bengal. When Kalidas visited Jagannath Puri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bestowed a great mercy upon him. On the northern side of Singhadwara, behind the door, there are 20 steps leading to the Jagannath temple, and at the bottom of those steps is a ditch. Mahaprabhu would go, whenever he used to go to visit the temple, he would go and wash his feet, and then he would enter the temple. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had ordered his servant Govinda, nobody should take the water from there, because people had made it a habit that Mahaprabhu went, he washed his feet, and then people would run behind him, take that water as Charanamrit and drink it. So it's a belief. The water from a saint's feet is very respectable. Today also we heard the story of Sudama, and Bhagwan has set up an example like that. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was going and washing his feet, people would go and try to collect that Charanodak, that holy water from his feet. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had told Govinda, please, this has to be stopped. But Kalidas came, and Kalidas did not stop, and he took one palmful, and then the second, and the third. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got a little annoyed, and he forbade him to do so. And he said, please do not act like this anymore. I have fulfilled your desire as much as possible, so now enough. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is most exalted omniscient personality of Godhead, and therefore he knew that Kalidas had full faith in Vaishnavas. And because of this quality, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had satisfied him, even though he had stopped everybody else from taking the holy holy water of his feet. On the southern side, behind and above 22 steps, is a deity of Lord Narasimhadev. It is on the left as one goes up the steps toward the temple. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his left side toward the deity, offered obeisances to Lord Narasimha as he proceeded towards the temple. He recited the following verse from Lord Narasimha. Namaste Narasimhaya Prahlad-lad-daine Hiranyakashipurvakshaha Shilatanka-nakhalaye Ito Narsimho Parato Narsimho Yato Yamitato Narsimho Bahir Narsimho Hridaye Narsimho Narsimha Madhim Sharanam Prapadye. He would sing like this for Narsimha, and after paying the obeisances, he would go visit the Jagannath temple, then return to his home, finish his new duties, and have lunch. He followed the same routine every day, and one day Kalidas was standing outside the door, expecting the remnants of food from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And knowing this, Mahaprabhu gave an indication to Govinda. And Govinda understood all the indication of Mahaprabhu, and he immediately delivered the remnants of food to Kalidasa. Taking the remnants of foods of Vaishnava is so valuable that it induced Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to offer Kalidas his supreme mercy. The remnants of food offered to Lord Krishna are called Mahaprasadam. After this, same Mahaprasadam has been taken by a devotee, and then this food becomes Mahaprasadam because it was tasted by Bhagwan and tasted by a devotee. The dust of the feet, the dust of the feet of a devotee, the water that has washed the feet of a devotee, and the remnants of food left by a devotee are three very powerful substances. Bhakta pada dhuliyara, Bhakta pada jala, Bhakti bhukti avashesha tina mahabala. These three are very powerful. What all? Dust of the feet of the devotee, dust. Water that has washed the feet of the devotee, and food left by a devotee. So Kalidas is getting all. He got the water first. Dust is, of course, very easy to available. And then now he's getting the prasadam. By rendering this service, one attains the supreme goal of ecstatic love of Krishna. In all the revealed scriptures, this is loudly declared again and again. From these three, one achieves the highest goal of life, ecstatic love for Krishna. This is the greatest mercy of Lord Krishna. The evidence is Kalidas himself. In this way, Mahaprabhu lived in Jagannath Puri and bestowed his mercy. That year, Shivanand Sen brought with him his wife and youngest son, Puridas. Mahaprabhu told him, say Bhagwan's name. And that kid Puridas was very shy. He did not say. But Mahaprabhu kept on telling him. So the parents felt a little awkward, and the parents were like, Mahaprabhu, he's a little shy and he does not say it aloud, but he keeps chanting the mantra within his mind. That is his intention as far as I can guess. Another day, when Mahaprabhu said to the boy, Puridas, please recite something. I want to hear. He was a child, 7-year-old child. It happens sometimes when you talk to small children, they don't want to talk. But Mahaprabhu is like, please speak. And that day, the 7-year-old kid spoke a nice verse which he composed himself. Savaso kuvalayam makšnora ajnanam uraso mahendra i-dhāma Vrindavan ramani nama mandanam akilam hare rajayati. So the 7-year-old composed this verse, which meant Lord Krishna is just like a bluish lotus flower for the ears. He is ointment for the eyes, a necklace of Indranil gems for the chest, and universal ornaments for the gopi damsels of Vrindavan. Let the Lord Sri Hari Krishna be glorified. Everybody was amazed, shocked, astonished. And this is the glory of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who can make a 7-year-old child say such beautiful shlokas. Mahaprabhu, as long as the devotees were in Nilachal, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu maintained his external consciousness. But after their departure, his chief engagement was again the madness and ecstatic love for Krishna. Throughout the night and the day, Mahaprabhu directly relished Krishna's beauty, fragrance, and taste as if he were touching Krishna hand to hand. So for 4 months, he would try to be normal when everybody's around. And when everybody left, him and Krishna alone. One day, Mahaprabhu went to visit the temple of Lord Jagannath. The gatekeeper at the Simadwara approached him and offered him respectful obeisances. The Lord asked him, Tarabale Kotya Krishna ko Mora Prananatha, where is Krishna? My life and soul. Please show me Krishna. So he was in his zone. He's like telling the man, the gatekeeper, where is Krishna? Where is my Prananatha? So that gatekeeper held his hand because he knew now he's in madness. So that gatekeeper held his hand and took him inside the temple. And there was Jagannathji. And the gatekeeper said, that is your Krishna, your life and soul, your Prananatha, that is there. Then Lord Chaitanya looked at the doorman and said, you are my friend. Please show me where the Lord of my heart is. And Just see, the doorkeeper said, here is the best of the personalities of Godhead. And then he made him stand near the Garuna Stambha and said, you can look from here, you will see your Krishna right there. Mahaprabhu stood near the column called Garuda Stambha and looked upon Jagannath. But as he looked upon Jagannath, Jagannath had become Krishna with flute in his mouth. In his book Gauranga Kalpavriksha, Raghunath Das Goswami has described this incident. The offering of the Lord, known as Gopal Vallabh Bhog, was then offered to Jagannath, and the arati was performed with the sound of conch and ringing of bells. When the arati finished, the prasadam was taken out, and the servants of Lord Jagannath came to offer some to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The servants garlanded Mahaprabhu, and the prasadam was so nice that its aroma alone would make anybody mad. Then the taste would, of course, will be very great. Mahaprabhu tasted the portion of the prasadam. Govinda took the rest and bound it in his wrapper. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the prasadam tasted millions and millions times better than nectar. He was fully satisfied. Mahaprabhu just inquired, from where do you think, O Govinda, has this taste come into it? Don't you think it has come because of the lips of Krishna, because Krishna tasted this prasadam, that's why it has become so tasty? Understanding this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt an emotion of ecstatic love of Krishna, but upon seeing the servants of Lord Jagannath, he restrained himself. The Lord said again and again, only by great fortune one may get a particle of Jagannath's prasadam. Servants of Jagannath said, what do you mean by this? Prabhu ke Adi-lila Krishna Dharmamrita Brahmadi Durlabha ei Nindaye Amrita. Mahaprabhu said, these are remnants of food that Krishna has eaten and turned into nectar with his lips. It surpasses heavenly nectar, and even such devatas as Brahma find it difficult to obtain. Remnants of left by Krishna are called phela. Anyone who obtains even a small portion of it is very lucky. Who can get it? He says, Mahaprabhu says, the one who has done a lot of sukruti, a lot of good activities performed, gets some mercy of Krishna, and then he can get the prasadam of Jagannath. After saying this, he bade farewell to all the people from the temple, and then finished his noon duties, ate his lunch, and constantly remembered about the remnants of Krishna's prasadam. Mahaprabhu performed his external activities, but his mind was always filled with the thought of Krishna. After finishing his evening duties, Mahaprabhu sat down with his personal associates in a secluded place and then discussed the pastimes of Krishna in great jubilation. So he was sitting having his discussions, and then he sent Govinda to get more prasadam, and the Lord sent some to Ramananad Puri and Brahmanand Bharati. Mahaprabhu gave the shares of prasadam to Ramananad Raya, Sarvabhauma, and Swaroop Damodar, and they tasted the uncommon sweetness of this prasadam. Lord chanting the holy name of Hari, all of them tasted the prasadam, and as they tasted, their minds became mad in ecstasy, in ecstatic love. Now Mahaprabhu told Ramananad Raya, please recite some verse, and Ramananad Raya recited a verse from Gopi Geet. Suratavardhanam Shokanashanam Swanitavenuna Shushtu Chumbitam Itaragavir Smaranas Nrinam Vitaraviranas Tedharamritam. Upon hearing this quote, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very satisfied, and then he recited another verse, following verse, which meant, my dear friend, the all-surpassing nectar from the lips of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna can be obtained only by many, many pious activities. For the beautiful gopis of Vrindavan, that nectar vanquishes the desire for all other taste. Madan Mohan always choose the pan that surpasses the nectar of heaven. He is certainly increasing the desires of my tongue. After this, saying this, Mahaprabhu was again overwhelmed in ecstasy. And then he went on singing, my Krishna, you are a male. So it is not very extraordinary that the attraction of your lips can disturb the minds of a woman. But I am ashamed to say that your impudent lips sometimes attract even your flute, which is also considered a male. It likes to drink the nectar of your lips, and thus it also forgets all other tastes. So these are some parts from the Venu Gita, some bhav from Venu Gita in Bhagavatam, where the gopis say, Krishna's lips are so beautiful. And this fruit is made out of bamboo, and bamboo is a male tree. So we are women, we are getting attracted, nothing wrong in that. The males also are getting attracted to him. The flute is a very cunning male. Venu drishta purushaya, purushadhara piya piya, gopi gane janaya, nij paya. Aho shuna gopi gana, male piyo tomar dhana, tomar yadi thake abhimana. The flute is very cunning male, who drinks again and again the taste of another male's lips. It advertises its qualities and says to the gopis, oh gopis, if you are so proud of being a woman, come forward. You think Krishna's lips is your property, enjoy it. Thereupon, the flute angrily said to me, give up your shame, fear, and religion and come to drink the nectar from the lips of Krishna. On that condition, I will give up my attachment from them. If you do not give up your shame, fear, however, I shall continuously drink the nectar of Krishna's lips. So they made, this is just like a drama. So they made the flute also like a male, and they are having a conversation with this. And this started like, in the Gopi, in the Venu Geet, they have this Venu Geet and Yugal Geet, two Geet. So the gopis discuss, look at this. What pious activity this bamboo has done. That Krishna makes his lips as a pillow, and then his hands are like a bedding, and then very nicely he takes the flute and then puts it here nicely on his lips. What lucky! How fortunate that flute is. Then the other gopi says, don't talk like that. Look at the poor bamboo. We are seeing Krishna every day. All these bamboos also, the nature loves Krishna. So this bamboo was cut and then, holes were drilled. He did so much tapasya. Then of course, he deserves it. Let him take. So this is all they would pray. Krishna would chew a betel leaf, and they would all want that betel leaf. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his ecstasy would talk about all these beautiful leelas. While Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was talking like this, his mind changed, his anger subsided, and his mental agitation increased. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started saying, this nectar from Krishna's lips are supremely difficult to obtain, but if one gets some, his life becomes successful. So one is the direct nectar from lips. The second is, we cannot hear the flute, no problem. We are hearing Krishna's words, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's words, Krishna's words in Bhagavatam. We are hearing Krishna's word in Bhagavad Gita. Even those are nectarian. So that also has come from Krishna's mouth only, right? So those are the nectar of Krishna's lips and Krishna's mouth. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Ramananad Raya, please say something, I want to hear. Understanding the situation, Ramananad Raya again spoke the words of the gopis, which meant, my dear gopis, what auspicious activities must the flute have done to enjoy the nectar of Krishna, which we discussed just now. In this way, the gopis considered the flute is completely unfit for his position. We want to know what kind of austerities the flute executed, so that we may also perform this kind of austerities. Although the flute is unfit, yet look at the flute, it is drinking the nectar of Krishna's lips. Seeing this, we qualified gopis are dying of unhappiness. Therefore, we must consider the austerities of the flute that he underwent in the past life. While thus speaking like a madman, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became full of ecstatic emotion, and in the company of his two friends, Swaroop Damodar Goswami and Ramananad Raya, He sometimes danced, sometimes sang, and sometimes became unconscious in ecstatic love. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed his days and nights in this way. So now you know we are coming almost to the end of few more chapters, but the main mood is from Gopi Geet, Venu Geet, Brahmar Geet, Yugal Geet, Geet Govind. If somebody really does this, they will know what is Mahaprabhu's mood. स्वरूप रूप सनातन रघुनाथे ऋषि चरण श्रीधरि करियार आस चैतन्य चरितामृत अमृत हिते परामृत गय दीनहीन कृष्णदास. Expecting the mercy of Swaroop, Roop, Sanatana and Raghunath Das, and taking their lotus feet on my head, I, the most fallen Krishnadas, continue chanting the epic Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is sweeter than the nectar of transcendental bliss. And thus we have ended the 16th chapter of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Now only 4 more chapters are there. Tomorrow also, the same mood of Mahaprabhu is going to go, the bodily transformation of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So with this we end. May your hearts become Chaitanya-may. All of you have a great day and great night. May all of you become Gopi-may. Jai Shri Krishna. Radhe Radhe. Siddharth is asking, माँ सफेद चंदन रक्त चंदन स्फटिक माला किन के लिए यूज करते हैं? माँ दुर्गा के लिए कौन सी माला यूज करनी अच्छी है? सिद्धार्थ, स्फटिक माला सबके लिए अच्छी होती है. कोई भी चंदन यूज कर सकते हैं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि ये चंदन या वो चंदन. सभी चंदन यूज कर सकते हैं जिसको जो चंदन मिली. रक्त चंदन का लाल रंग होता है, सफेद चंदन का सफेद रंग है. बस इतना ही फर्क है. कोई ऐसा ही नहीं है कि इसके लिए उसके लिए. दोनों यूज कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. वैसे ये सारे जो क्वेश्चंस हैं, ये चरितामृत का क्लास चल रहा है, चैतन्य चरितामृत का, तो इसमें नहीं पूछे तो अच्छा है. ठीक है ना. तो यहाँ पर भाव वाला क्लास है, थोड़ा ये अलग हो जाता है भाव से और कुछ नहीं. ठीक. चलिए अब यहाँ पर रोकते हैं और कल मिलते हैं. जय श्री कृष्णा. राधे राधे.
Sorry, Thank you, Ma.